Major League Baseball on MLB The Show. It's the Houston Astros going up against the Cincinnati Reds. First pitch coming your way next. On the hill for the Reds, number 45. What do you have on him?
This guy has a ton of respect from his own teammates, Boog. He's the type of guy, if he's not having a good day, he'll go out there and just wear it. No matter what happens, his starts tend to be less demanding on the bullpen.
All right, first pitch coming up. Craig Biggio getting ready to hit. And this one is off and running. Right through there for a strike.
A guy like this can be tough. You know he's not going to try to beat you with velocity, but he's going to sink it, he's going to change speeds, and he's going to pitch backwards at times.
Foul ball left side. He'll see another.
Excellent job of finishing the play with a nice, easy throw.
So up next, Julio Lugo. Maybe expecting a bunt here. Third baseman playing in on the edge of the grass. The 0-1. And a breaking ball drops in for a strike. Caught him looking for the K. Now we check out the Astros lineup. And Singy, I'm a bit surprised to see this many righties in the lineup against a right-hander.
Yeah, you're not the only one, Boog. I'm a bit surprised as well. And, you know, some hitters work well against same-handed pitching. You know, just back in 2024, Bobby Witt Jr., Vlad Guerrero Jr., and Aaron Judge all had higher batting averages against righties than they did against lefties. So maybe they got a plan after all.
Lance Berkman in the box now. No balls and a strike. Two down, nobody on. Ripped to short. And that is that. Now it'll be the Reds' turn. No score. You're watching Major League Baseball on The Show. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Today's starting pitcher, Roy Oswalt. What do you look for here?
Well, the hammer is in effect, and he sets it up so nicely because of the velocity on the fastball. Will elevate that and then break you off when he's ahead in the count. What I love about him, you get into the later innings of the ball game, and the velocity seems to go up.
Here comes the 0-1. Swings through that. That's to third. Loves it on the dive to first. But he beats it out. And the leadoff man is on with an infield single. the next to hit for the Reds. Now quick throw to first. Larkin back in standing.
Base runner with a one-way lead right there. All he's trying to do is get a look at the pitcher's move. Had no intent of stealing on that pitch.
Tap to first, and that goes foul. There goes Larkin.
Ball, no.
That's a stolen base.
Well, with that kind of elite arm behind the plate, man, it's a pretty big deal when you can strike it back against this dude. Maybe more than anything, it prevents teams from just testing him, thinking that they can even steal the base. But right here, they successfully moved that runner up to scoring position. Good job.
Larkin leads off second with nobody out. Right through there for a strike. Swing and a miss. Adam out front for the strikeout. But he's back safely. Here's the lineup for the Reds. We could be in for a power showcase today with the wind blowing out. A lot of lift and separate, Chris.
Well, we know hitters are in this era definitely trying to hit the ball in the air regardless of the conditions, but I think even a little more so there's margin for error if you can get the ball up in the air. So, you'll see at times, I'm sure, with 2 strikes, what looks like a half swing they can get out of the ballpark with a hitter who's got decent pop.
Strikes. Now it's the veteran outfielder, Ken Griffey Jr. This guy is one of the best athletes in the sport. Second. This one's ready. Right center field. That one. Head for the house. And a gigantic blast. The Reds score first. It's 2-0.
You can't ask for a better start than hitting a home run in your first at bat to give your team the lead.
Towards right center field. Burton has a beat on it. And that ends the inning. Cincinnati plates a pair on this homer. It's now a 2-0 ball game.
Off the chain, off the hook. Go to work, baby, cook. Just be great, keep them shook. Make them watch, make them look. Let them know you the one. Still in light like a crook.
Top of the second, so here's the Astros cleanup hitter, Jeff Bagwell. This one's smoked on its way out of here. firing shot to center, and they're on the board. It's 2-1.
Just an excellent swing all the way around, and it had that sound coming off the bat that gets everyone's attention. Got a pitch to drive, short to the baseball, squared it up, and the batsman carried it out of here.
Richard Hidalgo up next for the Astros. That's to third. Slings the first. One away. That ground ball may have him back on track after the home run. This is such a difficult play for a third baseman. It's a sliding stop and worthy of another look for Statcast.
Well, I'll tell you, man, I'm frustrated if I'm the one hustling down the line the whole time, thinking I've got a knock and going to beat the throw, and then, boom, you hear the ball hit the mitt, and you're out. That's just a great stop and great throw.
Here's the catcher. One out, bases empty, and a run in here in the top of the second. That's in there. That's strike two.
Those are the pitches that make you wonder if this offense is being too patient with their approach. Lots of fastballs in for strikes, not even a swing. They're more than capable of making contact with those pitches, so they need to let it fly.
Ground ball left side, and it goes just foul. Two. Where'd that last pitch miss? Sit down on strikes. That was pretty nasty.
Oh, nice job right there. He struck him out twice. The pitch before looked like it was strike three. Doesn't get the call. Bears down. Throws another quality pitch for the strikeout.
So digging in, Jeff Blue. Now a screamer into the outfield. And that is that. Astros notch a run on the solo homer. And it's now a 2-1 ball game. Bottom of the second. In now for the Reds, Juan Castro. And that's outside. That one is hammered right field. Carrying well. And it is good. A solo shot. And they boost their lead. It's 3-1.
It didn't hurt the chances of that ball getting out of here. That's for sure. That's the exact definition of hitting the ball where it's pushed, taking that outside fastball and driving it the opposite way out of the ballpark. You don't follow that type of approach.
Here's the The 1-0. And that one fouled off. Oh, he doesn't get the call. Ball 2. And that drops in for a strike. Pushed foul out of play off to the left. Ball to strike. The pitch. In the air. Out towards left center. Berkman takes it in for the out. And there's one away.
It's a good recovery, though, after giving up the home run. Not allowing it to stay in the head, but going to work at the next hitter. And a tough one at that.
Now it's the Reds' DH. This one in the air, center field. And there are 2 down.
The batter, number 11.
So back to the top of the Reds lineup. Barry Larkin digs in now. He's 0 for 1. On the ground, right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. It's now a 4-1 ball game. Top half of the 3rd inning, and stepping in for the Astros, Darryl Ward. Ground ball to the right side. He steps on the bag. 1 pitch and 1 out.
Batting 9, the designated hitter, Roy Oswalt.
Next is the designated hitter, Roy Oswalt. In the air, right field, Taylor on the move, pulls it down, and he makes the catch.
The batter, number 7, second baseman, Craig.
So the Houston lineup turns over. Craig Biggio will hit next. 0 for 1, he grounded out in his first at bat. Right through there for a strike. Smoked on the ground a second. Tosses to first. And they get Biggio to the out. That's out number 3. Astros are down quietly. And this is still a 4-1 ball game. As we go to the last of the third. In now for the Reds, Sean Casey. Foul ball. Yeah, big swing and a miss.
Well, I think this is an important inning on the mound for him in this game. He's got to find a way to settle things down and give some length in this start.
Battling here as he fouls it away.
Well, I've noticed they've been pitching him hard inside, and the key is if you're going to make a mistake, you got to make it off the dish. If it leaks out over the plate with this kind of power, you'll be asking for a new baseball.
Stays alive. Here's the 0-2. Got him swinging for the strikeout. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one.
He came out of his mechanics there. Typically likes to shoot the ball the other way, but that time, a little anxious.
And now, Aaron Boone.
Struck out on just 3 pitches last time.
On the ground.
That's foul.
And foul ball.
So sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side, and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
Next for Cincinnati, Ken Griffey Jr.
Coming off an absolute bomb in his last at bat.
Ball.
For a strike. And a count 1-2.
Well, he looks fresh out there. Just needs to get a little more confidence and remember how good he's been in the past.
The 1-2. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. And that's 4 strikeouts. Adam Dunn, the next to hit for the Reds. Wide to center his first time. Boom, off of first with 2 away. Next offering is fouled back. And ball 1. Got him swinging. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill. So 1 left for Cincinnati, but they lead it 4-1. As we go to the top of the 4th, and stepping in for the Astros, Julio Lugo. Missed with a changeup. Ball one.
Well, these Astros just haven't produced as many competitive at-bats as I'd like to see in this one. They're swinging early, being aggressive, but one or two pitches later, the at-bat is over. That's not going to cut it if it's not resulting in hits. So they might want to be a little more selective up there.
And a 1-1. No question about this one. It's out of here. He sends one out the opposite way, and they inch closer. It's 4-2. That one just sounded different.
Man, might have been the loudest moment yet. Man, my ears are ringing. I can feel that swing from the booth. It's like he's playing wiffle ball up there, and that's typically not the easiest way to hit a home run. The slight opposite field into the gap. Man, making it look easy, that's for sure.
Lance Berkman now at the plate. Grounded out to short in his first trip. And that's ripped into left. Base hit. And a man aboard.
Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
Jeff Bagwell, the next to hit.
Hit an absolute tape measure shot last time out.
And that drops in for a strike.
Well, he's looking great so far. It helps with over 80% of your first pitches or strikes. He might be able to go the distance if he keeps this up.
Next offering in there for a strike. And it's 0-2.
Well, he didn't like those first two pitches. Now in an 0-2 hole. He's going to have to battle. Hope he gets a mistake.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
That's why you can see a sub-90-mile-per-hour fastball hit by a hitter for the strikeout, especially when it's in a very hittable location like that. As we think, he's either looking for something else completely or he tried to do way too much with that swing.
Batting with one down, takes a strike. One run across in the frame so far. Top half of inning number 4. Right through there for a strike. Hard liner. That's a fair ball, and it's getting into the corner. It'll be runners at second and third, only one away.
Well, it certainly feels good when you can win the at-bat after being down in the count, up against it with 2 strikes right there. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
Here's the catcher. Golden opportunity right here. That one hammered, but pulled foul. Second and third here. One away. That one's in there. The ball's 2 strikes.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten out, try to track the ball, block it if you have to as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about, but some way, somehow climb back into this at-bat through the count.
That one just low, and the count is 1-2.
Well, as a pitcher, when you make a big pitch down around the knees and don't get the call, it'll eat at you out there. So some handle it a little bit better than others, and right here, clearly letting me up here a little bit.
Swung on, belted. That one carrying. And it is. It's his second home run of the inning. And the regular rebound. It's 5-4.
One thing the pitcher didn't want to happen just happened. That's not an easy one to stop. That was one of those home runs where you really don't know if he got a knob off the bat. And you could swing it all over, but I wouldn't say he really got the sweet spot over the bat. The exit really wasn't anything too impressive, but it give him one of those tough innings where it's going to be hard for him to recover in the next one.
And that drops in for a strike. This one in the air, center field. Junior on his way over, reaching forward, makes the catch.
Gotta love the over-the-shoulder catch. I tell you what, those are really fun to make.
Here's the left fielder, Darryl Ward, grounded out his first time. Handed down the right side, the foul. Right through there for a strike. Got him looking for the goal. That'll end the inning after all that score. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. It's now a 5-4 ball game.
Couple of outs, I make them live it before they stand. Did it with ease, never gonna lose and I'm winning again. Give me a ring, champion teams like that.
Ready to go, bottom 4. Well, it's been a fun game for fans who love homers. These teams are teeing off, as we can see from the spray chart.
Yeah, it seems like days like this get pitchers questioning their life choices, dude. Any fan who goes for a bathroom break is at risk of missing another dinger.
Castro takes a ball as he stands in for the second time.
Well, he hasn't quite settled in out there. 4 runs in 3 innings. He's going to have some quick 1, 2, 3 innings to pitch deep into this ball game.
The 1-0.
The rest of the lineup can learn a thing or two from this at bat right here. He's been patient, and now he's in the driver's seat with a 2-0 count.
For strike 2. 2-2 now. Fights it off, he'll see another.
Really great change of speeds. He goes off the off speed to the fastball, and the hitter doesn't know what's coming next.
Another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one. Here's the Reds catcher, number 23, and he has a chance to homer for the second time this inning.
I'm sure it never crossed his mind and he'd get another chance to do that again in this inning, but here we are. Let's see if he can pull it off.
Ball 1.
Strike 2. Out to short. Already 2 gone here in the home 4.
Deceptive slider right there. Stayed in the tunnel a long time. Got that hitter out front, rolled over it, put it on the ground.
The right fielder.
Reggie Taylor, the next to hit for the Reds. 0 for 1 with a fly out to center. And that is downstairs. And that's ball 1.
Nasty backdoor slider. There's really nothing you can do with that if you swing at it. So that's a good take by him.
In the air out to center. And that'll fall for a base hit. And that extends the inning.
He made that look easy, keeping his bat in the zone on plane for a long time. That leads to a high contact rate and more barrels, Boog. Even when you don't get it great, it's still hit hard enough to dunk something in like that in front of a center fielder.
Now, number 45. Is at first. We're here in the bottom of the fourth. That's a little bit low.
Good spot there, but didn't get the strike at the knees and doesn't seem too convinced by the call out there on the mound as he tried to get a better sense of the umpire strike zone.
The 2-1. Fastball for a strike. Taylor off the first with 2 away. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Here's a 2-2. Swings and misses. Picks up strikeout number 7. So 1 hit is all they get. We're headed to the 5th. It's the Astros 5 and the Reds 4.
Folks get evaporated. Fade away with no baskets made, and that's tragic, ain't it? Recipe for disaster waiting. Your eggs in one basket breaking. That's why I got 2 clicks on the side like an Apple payment. I'm brighter than the golden arches. Oppenheimer rhyming. Ain't no CGI lying when you hear a flow. Don't start no issue.
Ready now for the 5th inning. Now here's the Astros designated hitter, Roy Oswalt. Fly ball down the line. Taylor coming on. Great effort as he's able to haul it in. One pitch and 1 out. So the batting order turns over. Craig Biggio up next for the Astros. Has grounded out a couple of times. And a breaking ball drops in for a strike.
These hitters are going to have to find a way to be a little more patient, see more pitches per at bat. Otherwise, that bullpen's not going to have to work over there, and it's going to be advantage pitching all game long.
Clips the corner. That is strike 2. The Cincinnati bullpen has some movement. Number 46, a right-hander with big strikeout stuff, is getting it fired up. Williamson getting cranked up as well. And that one hammered. That's got a chance. And that one is off the wall. Safely into second. He's got a double.
He was all over that one. Just a very nice approach and swing right there to use the big part of the field. Everything was on time. He stayed balanced through the entire swing and just launched that one into center.
And now Terry Francona makes his way out of the dugout towards the mound, and he'll make a change. Number 45 won't go any further tonight. And this is one he'd like to forget. Back with a new arm after this. So a new arm out of the bullpen for the Reds, number 46.
And that's a big potential run out there in second as he comes in trying to keep the deficit where it is. For the infielders, they got to be thinking about keeping the ball from getting by them into the outfield any way they can.
Now the number 2 hitter, Julio Lugo. He's already homered here in this one. And it's second. Got him looking. That's a strikeout.
finger. Not how you want to go down in an RBI spot, so now you got to hope your teammate behind you can pick you up.
Digging in is the switch hitting outfielder, Lance Berkman. 1 for 2. Runner at second, 2 down. And we're at the top of the 5th. On a line. And that'll do it. So the Astros lead 1 as they hold on to a 5-4 lead. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Now here's the Reds' leadoff man, Barry Larkin.
You know, this guy's great speed is in the back of that pitcher's mind. If he can get on, it's going to give him one more thing he's got to think about.
The shortstop takes the ball.
Just missing off the plate there, according to the umpire. And out there on the mound, maybe trying to get an explanation. Can't say he's convinced, but it looks like he's accepted it.
The 1-1. To the right side, Bagwell takes it himself, and the leadoff man set down in their half the 5th.
Good fade and sinking action of that changeup. Got that hitter to roll over.
Sean Casey, the next to hit for the Reds. Cruising on the mound right now, but a dangerous hitter here in this spot. A guy with some slug to him. Here's a swing to try left field, and he knew it. And we have a tie ball game. It's 5-5. That's their 4th home run of the game.
They can't stop, and they won't stop getting home runs in this one. They're clearly feeding off of each other at the door. That's the exact definition of hitting the ball where it's pitched, taking that outside fastball and driving it the opposite way out of the ballpark. You want to follow that type of approach.
So it's all tied up thanks to our run. Boone digs in now. He's 1 for 2 so far. Manager out of the dugout now, and he'll make a move to dip into the Astros bullpen. Number 35 gets the call from the pen.
Well, they didn't get much length out of their starter in this one, so they've got a lot of outs to eat up in that bullpen. I think they'll look for some length out of him right here if they can get it.
Ground to the left. Over to first. And there are 2 outs. Here's the center fielder, Ken Griffey Jr. He's already homered in this game. They go with the intentional walk, so he's on first with 2 outs. Go ahead, run on base. And done. We're Comes up empty. That's strike two. The 1-2. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. Had him out front for strike three. Just one hit in the inning, but it was a big one right here as it ties the ball game. 5 innings complete. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Back here in a close one, and a look now at some of the biggest plays from the game.
Someone called a paramedic, I'm on fire. We don't get together, then we all die. They ain't feeling sympathetic for the small guy. I don't think I'ma regret it when the cars fly. Ain't nothing really like it used to. Wake the neighbors up like a rooster. It's a booster, help me see the future. I believe in karma, so let's do some. I know you cooped up. I know that LA running, I'll call a Uber. I know that LA weather got you confused.
Jeff Bagwell getting ready to hit.
The first baseman, number 5. Yes. Bagwell.
And that one fouled off.
Well, these Astros, simply put, are producing a lot of quality swings. They have 5 extra base hits on the stat sheet so far, and that tells me they're seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well.
That's a strike across the top of the zone.
With all those extra base hits, it's easy to think we're going to see that trend continue the rest of the game. They seem to be really locked in at the plate.
And he grounds one back up the middle into the outfield. Base hit. So a man on base to start the inning.
I'd say a mistake pitch in an 0-2 count. Too good of a pitch to hit right there. You have to expand the zone. Keep that leadoff man off first base.
Richard Hidalgo, the next to hit. And that is out of play. Go-ahead run aboard at first. Nobody out. Close one. Doesn't get the call. And it's 1-1.
Okay, umpires try to tighten things up a little bit.
Oh, he doesn't get the call. And that's ball 2. Right through there for a strike. Is the Astros catcher.
Definitely wants to stay out of the double play here. Ball on the ground in the infield. Should be an inning-ending double play.
Well struck deep right field. Way back. His second hit of the game. The Astros jump in front. It's 7-5. He only needed one swing to square it up.
That was the anytime and not at bat, dude. Aggressive and it paid off. Love to see a hitter aggressive on the first pitch of an at-bat. You watch it from the on-deck circle, so when you step in the box, you know to pull the trigger wherever it's at. Really good job by the hitter. Total conviction on that swing.
One down. Jeff Hou up next for the Astros. There's a swing and a drive. Carrying well. Jumps, runs off his glove. It's gone. It bounced back up and over the wall. They go back to back, and they add on. It's 8-5. That's their 5th homer of the game.
Man, they're all getting into the action. It's starting to feel like a home run derby up here. Man, he just Barely got that one out of here, and you've got to love the effort and lap to try and bring it back. He had a good shot at it, just couldn't quite pull it off. It would have been a stunner if he did.
Now the Reds manager is out of the dugout and will make a move to the pen. Number 46 won't go any further. It's a 3-run game, and we'll be back to tell you about the new arm in a minute. So out of the pen comes the right-hander, Scott Williamson.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
And now here is Darryl Ward.
Went down looking on 3 pitches last time. Let's see if he can be a little more aggressive right here.
And that one ripped to left. Base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
Wasted the time there. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
Roy Oswalt up next for the Astros.
Going away.
Man at first, 1 away. Trippers in this inning, the long ball was working. It's now an 8-5 ball game. Bottom of the 6th. In now for the Reds, Juan Castro. So a new pitcher out of the bullpen for the Astros, number 29.
And this is an important part of this game. Tight score and still a lot of outs to get. So they're looking for a big outing out of them right here to get some critical outs.
It's through for a hit. Now the board on the leadoff single.
Pretty tough for the infielder to do anything with that one. He pulled it hard into the outfield. And even when you keep it on the ground, it feels great when you hit a missile like that. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
And now it's going to be number 23 back into the box for the 2nd time this inning. And we remember what he did the first time around.
Yes, we do. And now he has the chance to do it again. Some of the biggest names in baseball history have pulled this off. He's going for 2 home runs in the same inning.
Quick move to first. Castro gets back easily.
Now, these guys definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap. But, you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ballgame.
Swing of the ball lifted left field. He's got it. 1 away.
just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming open instead of staying closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left.
Taylor in the box here lets that one go for a ball.
This is one of those situations the infielders have to pre-plan and understand that the ball's going to be hit extremely hard right at them if they're going to have a chance to go for a double play.
On the ground, 2 ball. The turn by Biggio at second, over to Bagwell, and that double play ends the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. 7th inning coming up. It's the Astros 8 and the Reds 5. We go to the top of the 7th. This lineup has been going off today. 5 homers so far as we take a look at the spray chart.
Yeah, they've been sending them out all over the yard, Boog. Doesn't seem like there's anywhere for these pitchers to hide.
And a foul ball. Right down to shoot. That's strike 2. Swing and a ground ball to first. That's the first out at the top of the 7th.
Up next to the Astros, the center fielder, Lance Berkman.
And now the center fielder, Lance Berkman. 1 for 3. Timeout asked for and given at the plate now. Foul ball there. Oh and 2 now. Got him. 2 down.
Kind of a weird pitch and a weird swing on that strikeout. It's just a slider that caught a lot of the plate. I'd say a very hittable location. But in the box, I think he just gave up on it way too early. And by the time he realized it was dropping into the zone, he just fires off a really poor swing.
So here's the Astros cleanup hitter, Jeff Bagwell. He launched a solo shot back in the 2nd inning of this one.
Yeah, that was big for these guys early on. Definitely helped them get off onto the right foot.
Late on that fastball.
This guy's pounding the zone. Hitters don't have time to think in between pitches.
2 down, nobody on. Here in the top half of inning number 7. In there, got him looking. And that one split the plate. 1-2-3 go the Astros. They're on top by 3. 8-5. Set for the last half of the 7th. And now the designated hitter for the Reds, number 45. The 0-1. And a foul ball.
Well, he went up there trying to be aggressive, that's for sure, hacking at those first 2 pitches, but clearly that last one fooled him. He could have been sitting on something else entirely, but you want to be able to adjust on 0-2 and at least get a swing off when it's in the zone. Maybe choke up, maybe spread out your stance a little bit. You got to give the guy credit on the mound, though. He went right after it.
Next to hit, Barry Larkin. The Reds trailing by 3 here at the bottom of the 7th. Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. And the 0-2. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Well executed pitch on the outside part of the plate.
Number 21. Casey.
Next for Cincinnati, Sean Casey. This one ripped, but foul to the right. Two down, nobody on. And that drops in for a strike. The 0-2. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Got him looking. And he strikes out the side of the 7th. It's the Astros 8 and the Reds 5. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Gabe White.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Richard Hidalgo now at the plate. He's 1 for 3, picked up his first major league hit earlier.
Well, there's no time for him to be reflective right now, but you know he will be later on. The pressure's off a little bit with that first knock out of the way, though.
And the lefty with the 0-1. Right through there for a strike.
It's a massive part of his arsenal, and he'll throw it a lot and in pretty much any count, any situation, and he's going to look to punch guys out as well. I'll tell you what, the effectiveness of that slider is always a big key for him.
So up next, number 11, looking for his 3rd home run of the game.
Yeah, he blasted his 2nd of the game in the 6th inning. Scott looks like he's playing on beginner mode in this one.
Beginner mode is where it's at, Chris. Activity in the bullpen for the Reds. Jose Acevedo up and throwing. And you can touch them all, baseball man. That's his 3rd home run of the game. And they add to the lead. It's 9-5.
One of the breathing room is always a good thing in baseball, and now they have it. He's put on quite the show of the dish here in this one. He's just so locked in with this swing, and he's just not missing right now. 3-homer game, man, it's so special. And I'll tell you what, it's a lot of fun watching him pull it off as well.
At the plate, Jeff Bloom. solo shot. It's now 9-5. On to the bottom of the eighth. Leading off, Aaron Boone. The Astros turn to a new arm on the mound, number 60.
They know that he can get a right-hander out, but he's in position to face a couple of lefties this inning.
The 0-2. Towards first, and a foul ball. The 0-2. Swings and misses, struck him out. Ken Griffey Jr., the next to hit for the Reds. The Reds down by 4 here the bottom half of the 8th inning. And he drops in for a strike.
No need to offer that pitch until you get to 2 strikes. It's just a low percentage of success when you want to try to go after that down and away pitch.
Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Coming out of the bullpen for Beans.
Very strong coming out of the pen so far as he punches out the first 2 batters he's faced in this one, keeping him straight to work. Man, it's talked about a lot, but relievers are just so electric these days. He's not fun at bats if you're a hitter. I'm so glad I'm retired.
Done at the plate now, and that's strike 1. 2 down, nobody on. Strike 2.
Look, it looked like that curveball backed up on him, and although it's a mistake, it works out really good for the pitcher. The hitter's timed it up, expects it to be to a certain spot, and it just doesn't get there.
Good job to fight that one off. Struck him out swinging, and he strikes out the side here in the 8th. It's the Astros 9 and the Reds 5. And welcome back to the ballpark. Their offense has produced a lot of hits so far, as we see from the spray chart.
Yeah, when a team has this many knocks, a lot of the time it gets clustered to one side or another. Not today. They're hitting it all over the field. There it was. 0-0. Here it is. Hit it. He gets a take. Gets ahead in the count.
Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. And a good start to the inning.
Smash that one through the infield for the knock. When it's hit that hard, it makes it very tough on the infielders to make any sort of play.
So back to the top of the order. Here's the Astros leadoff man, Craig Biggio. steal one. Oh, great stop from his backside. There's one on the first, save. So they get one, but a really nice try there.
Well, an aggressive slide at second base, but it was legal. I like it because you're trying to break up the double play, and it looked like the slide impacted the throw a little bit. Nice job by the base runner.
Julio Lugo digs in now. Maybe expecting a bunt here. Third baseman playing in the edge of the grass. And he swings through that one. Struck him out looking.
Well, he's going to have some thinking to do when he leaves the ballpark after this one. That was his third strikeout, and this one looking, obviously, so he's been a little overmatched. He's got to find a way just to be more competitive up there at the plate.
And now Terry Francona makes his way out of the dugout towards the mound, and he'll make a change. Gabe White is done. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound. Now a right-handed arm out of the bullpen, Jose Acevedo.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleed and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
Digging in is the switch inning outfielder, Lance Berkman.
3-pitch strikeout last time up. Got to put up more of a fight in this one.
Biggio off of first with 2 away. That one is absolutely belted. That's down. One hops off the wall. Relay to second, but he's in there easily.
This was a really nice swing. Didn't quite get enough behind it to get it out of here, but once it got over his head in left field, it was extra bases all the way.
So 2 on with 2 away. And here's the first baseman, Jeff Bagwell. With a strategy here, they issue the intentional walk, and that'll set up a forced play at any base. Richard Hidalgo up next for the Astros. 1 for 4 with a double. Pitch misses for ball 1. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Bruce Chen, the left-handed reliever, appears to be getting loose. And that's in there for a strike, and now it's even. The Astros trying to break this one open here at the top of the 9th. That's a strike, and he inches closer to getting out of the jam. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. And he asks for time now. Chance to take a breath with the bases loaded. The 1-2. Down on strikes, looking for the second straight plate appearance. So they strand 3 and leave them loaded. 6, 7, 8 scheduled to start the bottom of the 9th. It's the Astros 9 and the Reds 5. Last chance for the home team. In now for the Reds, Juan Castro. Left-hander out of the bullpen, Billy Wagner.
And we all know about his slider. It's just filthy, man. And one of the better ones in the game, I'd say. Spin rate's very high, and it just breaks a ton.
fouled off.
Well, this is just par for the course these days. Huge fastballs coming out of the bullpen.
The 0-1. Ground ball up the middle. Tossed to Bagwell. One out, bottom of the ninth.
Good two-seam action right there. Running away from the batter. Rolled over it. Got the ground out.
And here's the catcher. Known for his rocket arm behind the plate. And there's a foul ball. One down, base is empty here in the ninth. And he grounds one to the right side. He'll do it himself. The Reds now down to their final out.
The right fielder, Reggie Taylor.
Next for Cincinnati, Reggie Taylor. That's off the inside corner, and that is ball one. Two down, nobody on. Wagner, multi-time All-Star. He features a four-seam fastball, a slider, and he works in a two-seamer.
No, outside.
Two down, nobody on. We're in the last half of the ninth inning. This one in the air, right field. And he can't quite get there. It's a foul ball. One strike away. Swing and a ball lifted in the air, left field, pretty well struck. Gone! He'll take control around the bases. And they close the gap. It's 9-6.
That home run narrows the gap between these two. This one isn't over yet. Knew what pitch he wanted to hit. Spit on some other pitches in this at bat. Was very patient, and it paid off.
So two down. Now it's the DH. 0-3 so far in his debut.
Yeah, great time to get that batting average off the run right here.
This to third. Throw to first. Ball game. And the Astros slug their way to a win in this one.
These hitters came to the yard today thinking one thing: launch mode. 6 home runs. Just an incredible offensive display today. Even by today's standards, that is a huge total.
9-6 the final in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Schaub. Thanks for joining us.